Good evening, everybody. Sorry about the delay there. As you know, a lot of times the pre-show is often the best part of the show. It's Friday night. It's around 9 o'clock. Joe Colton will be with us later. She's running behind because apparently Friday at 9 took her by surprise. Because this, anyway. Be right back after we play our kick-ass theme song. Stay with us. Good evening, everybody. It's Friday night. It's 9 o'clock. It's time for What's on Joe Mind. We're a fan cast about the world of G.I. Joe. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry, and joining me here in the top row, earning top honors this week for his ability to show up before 9 o'clock.
That's right.
He's the he's the former head of marketing at Hasbro for the G.I. Joe brand. It's the Hot Show, Mark Weber.
That's right. Always punctual, sometimes punchy, but let's get it done, right? Here I am. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Dare I say you're actually punchy more often than you're punctual.
And I'm on time most of the time.
And you're on time most of the time.
Let that be a warning to all of you.
That's right.
I feel, I don't know what the word stronger than emasculated is, but we had the Friday 3-on-3 basketball challenge today. And it's 2-on-2 because one of our kids can't make it. So we played 2-on-2, which means I got to guard the graduating senior varsity point guard. Yeah.
I believe the term for that would be neutered.
Nice seeing you, Caleb. I decided to try from a soccer mindset. I always like to make them show me you can do something with your off foot, right? So I decided I would make him go left. Like, once you prove it, he can go left.
He can go left. He does start at point guard. Even for your small school, Mark.
Yeah.
He can go left.
Yeah. Now, bear in mind, this is my third basketball game ever. So it was not pretty. The best bit, though, here's the best bit, and you'll like this. I learned the one thing I can totally do is set a pick, right?
Right.
So I'm always, my partner, Justin, always has the ball. And then I come up, set a pick, and he, I annihilate some guy, and he gets open for a two, play ones and twos. So last week, one of the kids from my yearbook class, Gabe, great kid, from the basketball team, I must have picked him 20 times in 10 minutes, right? Like all day he was running into me. And then they beat us because we're awful. I'm awful, and Justin has no help. The following Monday, I'm watching some of the kids in after school care. One of the third graders says, "Mr. Weber, I left my special stick at the swings. Can I go get it?" I'm like, "Yeah, real quick. We'll run out and get it." So we run out. We run back from the library. And I look outside, and there's 6 high schoolers playing pickup basketball. And my man Gabe is playing, and he's on defense. And I tell the third grader, "Wait right here. I'll be right back." And as soon as Gabe's head turned, I sprint, first time in, 20 years, onto the court. And the guy who's dribbling the ball reads what's about to happen. And all of a sudden, he crosses over and comes back right, and Gabe runs right into me again. Like I teleported out of his nightmare. Just that one more pick. He cracked up. It was a pretty good bit. So there you go. That's my basketball update.
I was that guy for a while.
Set that pick.
That's right. I played with when I was in high school. We played intramurals, and I went to a huge high school here in Carmel, Indiana, and so we had our own intramural league, and I was the de facto power forward for this team because I was the only kid who was 6 feet tall.
Okay.
So the kid we had playing center was my buddy Matt, who, like, I'm a wide person, and he's about the same height as I am, but like if you put an extra arm on each side, that's how wide he is.
He's got Batista shoulders.
So he's got Batista shoulders. So he would put guys on the ground. It was really funny. And then they'd come around and then they would hit me after that. So we did a lot of screens. A lot of screens on that wide-bodied team.
I can only imagine how much fun the pick and pop must be if you can shoot.
Right.
But that's not me.
We
So,
could not. No. Neither could we.
no.
But Sean Russell is early to the Super Chat game tonight. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. To answer the question now in advance, I didn't do anything for my birthday on Saturday. I'm traveling this weekend on Sunday to get to Roma Collectibles parking lot show. And then next weekend is another event which I got to travel to. So last weekend was a quiet one by design. We got to keep the budget together somehow.
Mhm.
Matt O'Brien also early to the Super Chat. I may not have been the first Matt in the room, but I'm the first in the Super Chat. Just want to say happy belated birthday. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Thank you for your donation tonight. We appreciate that. And speaking of Bobbies,
Mhm.
I see Bobby Vala popping up in the chat there, or people talking about him anyway. Talk about our show in our chat, man. Come on. No, it's not. It's all right. But anyways, but we got Rack Time Rob. We don't have any Bobbies. We got a Rob.
Hey, you had steak on your birthday.
I did, yeah. Rack Time Rob is of course a master in the kitchen. So some steak was done. We bought a small cake from the Kroger, and there you go.
And
Did
I would
Rob-
also like to point out that setting a pick in my classroom, very different meaning.
Right? Did Rob ever go by any other variation of Robert?
No, I mean not really. No, when he was really like a tiny person, he was Bobby until he was maybe 5 years old.
Okay, I could see Baby Bobby. That'd be fun, but
Maybe first grade. I mean, I remember my folks dropped that when I was maybe in kindergarten. So a long time ago.
okay.
So not really. No, I
Was he-
will occasionally slip and in casual conversation with Rack Time Rob, I will call him Bob occasionally.
Mhm.
But I always refer to him as Rob. So it's
Okay.
like
Rob, were you Robert when you got in trouble?
of course.
Oh, well, I mean, for all of us, the middle name would come out. You get the full name and the middle name.
Yeah.
Which I also use in my classroom. So,
Yeah, it's effective.
amazingly effective.
Josiah Alcorn asks, "Are you going to be answering questions in the Super Chat?" Of course we are. That's why it's the
That
Super
right.
And
What do
hey, we just did.
What are we raising money for?
Chat. For tonight, we have no
Yeah.
cause tonight. Tonight, our
Okay.
cause is us.
All right. My favorite charity, the Human Fund.
Upkeep on the website.
The Human Fund.
Right? We got
Yeah.
we got
Hosting fees on StreamYard.
Nice.
hosting fees on StreamYard are not cheap.
No, that's true.
We're getting our money's worth by showing up every Friday, but they are not. The basic package is not an inexpensive thing.
We're trying to save up to have another Echo episode. Those are expensive. You can only do those once in a while.
It's a lot of effects. Yeah.
We kind of figured out. Joe
It
Colton.
was like that,
Yeah,
that for us, that's like that one Game of Thrones episode every season that's just nuts,
Yeah,
It's like 9 armies fighting at once. There you go.
But yeah, Joe Colton and I figured out the technical aspects of that last week before the show. So, or 2 weeks ago when Joe Colton was with us.
And it wore her out, apparently.
Well, yeah, but I mean, hey, last week she was traveling, so
Fair.
she was fighting the good fight at Tidewater. So
Look, man, taking pot shots at friends while they're gone, that's a time-honored tradition.
exactly,
Yeah,
especially when we know she'll be here soon.
right?
Ish.
We hope. Yeah. So
Depends on if she's driving or Wes is driving.
right.
I'm hoping we get live shots of her just careening through traffic.
Right?
Get out of the
I
way!
think we have to tune into the NBC affiliate in Washington D.C. to see
Right.
the trip home.
Get the sky cam, and she
Right,
looks
yeah.
like Frogger on speed, right? It's gonna be fantastic.
Right behind Al Cowling's Bronco. Just go,
That's
get
it.
out! Move it!
Yeah, it's like my name tag at work says Michael. And it was like apparently the name tags were being made by my mom, and she was pissed.
That's right.
'Cause-
So when you get to work, you're already in trouble.
right,
Michael.
right. It's what
Michael James.
it's what it feels like anyway. Really, I mean, with mom, with me, it was always just first full first name was enough.
Okay.
I knew I was really in for it if the middle name came out, but just full first name, I knew that something was amiss.
Right. I mean, I always knew when I was in trouble, but when we heard my dad say "boys," that means we didn't hear the start of it, which was always, "Honey, you want some help in the kitchen?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, I could use some help, boys."
Joe Self, thank you for the super chat. Question: will you be taking financial encouragement super chats to possibly sway any future definitive tier lists? And a happy belated birthday. Well, thank you again, and thank you for the super chat. And if you mean will it sway our decisions on where things place in the tier list? No. If you have an idea for a tier list, that may get us to super chat, may get us to do a tier list that's kind of off the beaten path. Josiah Alcorn asks, is it too early to remind everyone to like and subscribe? No, it is not.
Never.
If you're watching us on Facebook tonight, go ahead, give us some kind of a reaction. Give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a little huggy guy, because we love little huggy guy. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. That's where we need you to subscribe the most. Go ahead, like our video now. Be sure to come back later, leave us a comment, because that gets us all going into the algorithm and gets the spread around and makes our happy home a little bit bigger and more welcoming to other people. So thank you again, Josiah. We appreciate the double super chat.
Well played.
Right. So, anyways, I guess that's what we got. It's time to bring in our mystery guest, and frankly, the Joe Colton reaction was kind of what we were hoping for, and she's ruined it by not being. But because I know, like, nothing's going to phase the honcho. The honcho is he's nonplussed. He's ready for whatever we can bring to the table. This guy worked at Hasbro. We got nothing for him.
After a couple of, "Hey, Webb, come here and bring your playbooks."
Right.
I don't get surprised by a whole lot anymore.
Bring your playbook.
The second time it was like, "Yeah, in a minute."
Hang on a second. I'm at lunch.
Yeah, I've done this. I've done this before. Why don't you wait for a minute?
All right. So the chat, Diana Davis has suggested that they play Guess Who the mystery guest is first. So we can let that go for a couple minutes. we can let you guys give a guess there. But in the meantime, why don't we go ahead and get some community calendar out of the way?
There's a Comic-Con or a toy show. What's on Joe mind? Wants to know. Tell Mike, Mark, and Joe. Community calendar.
We got Joe on the show.
That still breaks Mark Weber, and that breaking breaks me every time.
We found out how to get Joe on the show, guaranteed.
Right? I mean, every week. All I got to do now is get a toe shot in there. And Matt O'Brien says he'd love to see a classified wish list show. That'll happen eventually. We're a little close to classified still. Before we'll start doing tier lists on that, or at least for the whole thing.
That's a wish list, though, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's what would we like to see?
I think
maybe after June.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a good plan too. June is a big month. Yojo June is a thing. So, yeah, we'll get that then. And Mark, why don't you go ahead and fill for time while I wrestle with this stupid.
Oh yeah. It's loading up, right? Well, here's a teaser. When we get to what we got in this week, I have the toy I've been most excited to get in 2 or 3 years arrive today.
Oh wow!
And it is big time. It's new, and I think it's going to win Toy of the Year, which is a big deal in the toy industry.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, and I can't wait to show you guys. But I will wait to show you guys until what we got in coming up just a little bit later.
So if you're
it's a Turbo Man.
What?
Yeah, if your best G.I. Joe figures of 2021 list is any indication, it'll be a statue of some kind.
Right. Well, and later on in the show, the only news of the week is another fantastic statue, right?
Well, it's not the only news. It's the only official G.I. Joe news, I guess, is the easy way to put it.
I'm still a huge fan of that line, so look out. We might have a repeat for Toy of the Year. Remember, I came from McFarlane Toys. We made action figures that were really statues. So that's a blurry line for me.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Josiah Alcorn, thank you again for the super chat. My guess is Spectre Creative. No, it is not.
Mark Spectre Creative.
That's far more work that we were willing to put into this one. It was a busy week this week, so we did not go too far out of our realm of influence to find mystery guests.
We found from the Mirror Universe, it's Carson R. Metaxas. Yes. He has a goatee and everything. You know he's evil.
Is that just Carson with a goatee or
a goatee and a ceremonial dagger by his side?
He drives Goliath and he's really after Knight Rider. It's gonna be good. Spock, evil Spock is riding shotgun. So good. Great episode. Proud Papa moment this week. I asked the lovely Elizabeth, who's 12, what do you want to watch? Let's watch a movie. She said Blues Brothers. Bringing him up right.
There you go.
all right?
Uh-oh. He's muted himself.
That's okay. I wish I had that power sometimes, right? But I don't, but he does. He's still muted. Who's he talking to?
The mystery.
Who else is there?
Perhaps a mystery guest.
I didn't know it was in person.
It is.
So much better. Celebrity walkthrough. It's like
it's gonna be like the old Merv Griffin show,
right? No, it's like Weekend Update. Is it Steve Martin?
It is not.
No.
Okay, he probably would have brought his damn banjo, and I don't need any of that.
Yes,
it's like when Carson would have on Sinatra, and then Rickles would show up.
Get rid of the banjo.
You got a problem with the arts, Mark. That's terrible.
He's been playing that banjo since he was a teenager working at Knott's Berry Farm.
Right, but I like funny comedians. I don't really care beans about banjo playing. So one of the best comedians ever starts playing the banjo full time. That is a net loss.
The banjo was part of his stand-up.
If Andrew Dice Clay wants to play the banjo, God bless him. Right?
Dane Cook, you banjo all day.
Right. I'm going to send Dane Cook a banjo.
But anyways, first stop on community calendar this week. As we mentioned, I will be traveling with Racktime Rob out to the Roma Collectibles Parking Lot Toy Show next Sunday, 2 days from now, May 22, from 10 to 4 at Roma Collectibles in the parking lot. There is no false advertising involved in the title of the event. It's the parking lot show. So yeah, we'll be there. Make sure if you are in anywhere around the Cincinnati, Dayton area, we're just a couple hours away. But anywhere in that southwest Ohio area, you get yourself out to this show. 15 big collectible vendors there, including the toy department, including, of course, Roma Collectibles. Hypno Shield will be there. All kinds of folks in attendance at Roma Collectibles, the parking lot toy show. Make sure you're one of them. And
we promise that He-Man will be done with that thing he's been working on for 3 weeks or dead by showtime.
John Russell says the guest is Evil Mike, but which one is the evil one? That's actually pretty close. That's not far off. That's Josiah Alcorn. If the guest is in the house, then think Indiana based. I'm going Larry Bird.
Boy, people are really thinking big for this mystery guest.
Right? Getting colder. Tell you, Pete, you do a show for 11 years or so, and people think you have connections. We do, but
not that connection.
Not Larry Bird.
No. Next up, as we told you the last couple of weeks, the Yo G.I. Joe Collectors Toy Show. That's going to be in Orlando, Florida. That's a week from Sunday on May 29. They have a number of tables set up specifically for G.I. Joe. It looks like this is a very Joe-centric kind of get-together. They'll have a Terradrome on display. They'll have a flag on display, as you can see there in the graphic. I think it was Doug Dello sent me the info on this one. So if you're down there, maybe you'll see Doug Dello. Who knows?
Look at that flag photo. That could be a young Mark Webber there, right?
Right.
That's the kid. I don't remember his name. Nobody wanted to play with, but he had a flag. Like I'd have gone to his house with a night raven to bomb the hell out of his flags. I was so jealous.
He's got that fiery shock of red hair.
Yeah.
See, I can't think of that as a little Weber because I have a trouble believing that you ever had that much hair.
I had some bad cuts back in the day, though. That could have been me with that Appalachian bowl cut.
With that bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. But they say back, especially the further back you go, redheads get cast as villains and sidekicks. That's it. So of course the kid who brought he brought a night raven to a flag fight. The redhead.
Yeah. He's not the one that gets to work the loudspeaker there in the picture. So clearly he is the sidekick.
At least he got to play indoors though, which is nice.
That's good. We think.
Yeah, but look at the shadows, right? That photography lighting probably burned him for life.
Yeah, that's no different than the sun, frankly.
It was just moments before his spontaneous combustion.
Right? Get the shot quick. That kid's smoking.
And then a big one coming up too on June 10th, 11th, 12th. That's the Dallas Fort Worth G.I. Joe and action figure show. We've been talking about these guys for years now, and it's great to see that they continue to grow and make this thing just a bigger deal. But yeah, if you're down in the Twin Cities, down in the great state, the Republic of Texas, if you will, you got no.
Don't encourage them.
You got to get out there for this. Hey, look, you know what? If a little bit of puffery gets them out to the DFW G.I. Joe and action figure show, then a little puffery will get there. Will happen. But yeah, that is June 10th, 11th, 12th. So that is in Grapevine, Texas, at the Grapevine Convention. Ugh, I can almost talk tonight. The Grapevine Convention Center. So yeah, you'll see that for the next couple of weeks. See this one come up for us the next couple of weeks. So start making your plans now to get out to the Dallas Fort Worth G.I. Joe show.
And on the pre-show, Brian Adias will be taking on Gentleman Chris Adams, and Gino Hernandez will be against Kevin Von Erich. It's going to be a good show.
Sean Russell, is the guest the boy? Well, I don't know. I have to see. He looks pretty old.
What was the guy who they threw pillows at him as a toddler? Megahead or something?
It is not Superhead, no.
Superhead.
It's although in fairness, it is our family's version of Superhead. Sean Russell, give him the prize. It is our younger brother Jim. Please sign in.
Hey. Where?
Mystery caller, would you please sign in?
Right. All of a sudden, I'm surrounded.
He can see. You can see our wonderful kitchen there in the backdrop. So try not to be blinded by our modern amenities.
Cabinets, a microwave,
soy sauce.
No, but I do have Worcestershire.
Oh, is that what it is?
Here's a bottle of Coke.
Oh, it's a bottle of Coke.
Am I muted?
No.
Okay.
Only when you offend Mike.
Okay. All right.
No, I muted myself to kill the echo.
Ah. Okay. Gotcha.
Why didn't we try that 2 weeks ago?
Because I was not echoing. That's why.
Let's think of the fun we had.
I was not echoing. You guys were echoing. I was not echoing.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, I made the suggestion
in the other room so that it wouldn't echo. So but it was shot down because there's no place to sit. So, yeah. You've been doing this for 11 years.
Yeah, we can't stop.
Sad but true.
We can't stop.
Listen to him pull out the actual radio professional card.
So this is the best you can do? Me?
Yeah,
you could sit in the hall.
Well, if the echo's less, sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, he happened into our lap, frankly.
Yeah.
And people have, in the past, our folks have had interesting questions about why the two of us do this program every Friday night. And we have a younger brother who is there in the G.I. Joe collecting age that has no interest in the property. So we've gotten that before. That is new. We can answer some of those questions tonight.
He was more of a Transformer and Gobits.
All right. Not GoBots, though, surely.
No, GoBots for his jam.
Oh, he had a mess of GoBots.
Oh.
He was also 5.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're small, your parents will sometimes, not parents, sorry, people will get you GoBots so they pretend they're Transformers.
GoBots was his jam back in the day, and then he kind of moved into Transformers.
Yeah, graduated.
But
Came to his senses.
We'll ask him about his relationship with G.I. Joe later on.
Seems legit. I'm all about the robots. Like,
a
Transformers was 1A for me.
A big howdy to Hooded Cobra Commander 788.
That's what we're talking about. I mean, everyone must just assume that your mom and dad had fabulous hair. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Oh yeah. Like you can see my hairline there. I've lost more than my dad has already, and he's in his mid-70s.
Right. Whereas my dad was bald at 27 and wore a dead possum on his head for 50 years.
Ooh, possum.
It was bad.
Canadian
Dave.
or
One
Alaska.
time we were playing racquetball, and I was playing further back, and I hit one, and it got him on the back, and it flipped it over in front of his eyes.
Oh, he went bigger than McCracken.
I didn't think I was going to survive. I didn't think I was getting out of that court, but I wasn't good enough to do that on purpose.
That's
So he
even
knew it
better
was
than
just-
Big Earn.
You know, it was dumb luck, but never have I seen my father more embarrassed than when he had to flip the hair back off. And then he annihilated me on the court, right? Game was over in like 90 seconds. Like, okay, I get it. Sorry, Dad.
Just annihilated you with how he played, or just like murdered you?
No. With play, my dad
Oh, okay.
wasn't a big guy, but he was trying to teach me racquetball because that was his favorite sport.
Okay.
And then I emasculated him on the Twice in One show on the court on accident, and so he just annihilated me within the rules to let me know who the alpha male still was. Okay. Didn't mean it, but you can't apologize, right? Because then you're going to bring attention to it, right? Just pretend it didn't happen.
Yep.
But bad as that toupee looked, upside down and hanging in front of his eyes, it looked so much worse.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Not a good look.
When you see the label of the manufacturer, it's not a good look for a toupee.
Right?
Made in Mexico. What is this?
What is this?
Ugh. It's got mites.
Matt O'Brien says you three are making Tomax and Zaymont jealous that there wasn't a third.
Ooh.
Which is that involves one of the best Cobra Commander lines there is.
Yeah.
You know, I wish there were 3 of you so I could hate you more. Fantastic. God, I love that show. Love it.
We should have called in Stinky.
Yeah.
Who's Stinky?
She has a life.
Oh, is that the sister?
Mhm.
Should I ask how she got the nickname Stinky?
Go ahead, Rob.
She was she was just kind of like lounging around one Saturday. You know, it was kind of getting to the afternoon, and my dad just looked at her and just went, "So, you gonna take a shower at some point, Stinky?" And I was just sitting there and just went, "Well, that's gonna stick."
From Dad.
And now, 25 years later,
Maybe 30.
Dad named her in the first place, right? So
Yeah. That's why I always tell her, I said, blame Dad.
yeah.
So what do you say we move into the news?
Oh yeah.
All right. First up, hey, you saw it on our thumbnail. It's the only legitimate piece of G.I. Joe, actual G.I. Joe official news we have this week. Diamond Select released images of their upcoming Baroness statue, approximately 9 inches tall. It is designed by Uriel Caton, sculpted by Sam Greenwell. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure they appear to be quite talented.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-order price is $59.99. Expected delivery October of this year. Our photo, of course, courtesy of the folks at Toy News International. We appreciate that. But Mark Weber, you're big on the statues.
Yeah, and I'm digging this one like crazy because, especially statue-wise for the Baroness, right? We see our share of cheesecakey Baroness, right? All the time. And I'm not saying that this isn't, but at least it's in an action pose, and she looks pissed off, like she actually is taking fire here. So, and the destroyed bat down there on the base, I mean, they don't have to do that, but they did, and it makes it that much cooler. So I think these are great. I am totally down with these. The idea that they're twice as expensive as a 6-inch figure, like you can get one 6-inch figure, you can get this thing, and I think this is fabulous. And I even cracked open this guy because I'm a huge fan of this Destro. And if we get a good look at the side of the base here, I don't think it actually plugs in. That's not what I was going for.
Yeah.
I'll wait. There we go. Ah. Yes. I don't think it actually plugs in, and he's got all this water going on. But look, it kind of works. He's got busted bat down there too. So I don't know that they interlock, but side by side, they're still going to look really good. And this guy looks really good. So this is my favorite bit that they have going right now. I love this line from Diamond Select. The snake eyes look great. And even though they went with the purple jelly bean repaint that looks awful, it's a repaint. It's authentic to one version of the show, pretty much. So if you want it, get it. If you don't, don't. But it isn't like they put that one out first to bait and switch it and then came out with the better version second. So there's nothing, there's no chicanery going on there. So I am down with this. I was super excited to see this today, and it went into my pile of loot right away. I think this is fantastic. Well, maybe she has a piano.
But
Mike, I can't hear you at all.
It doesn't look like it's the same base, but rather than hit buttons, I'm turning my microphone on and off.
Hey.
But it looks like it's part of the same scene, if not the same immediate place, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks great. I'm totally digging it. So I got nothing but praise for this.
All right. No, it's great. It like you said, it's right in line with the other ones they've done. Price is right. They're not charging you an arm and a leg for it if you're into statues.
Yeah, and that Destro, if you stood him up, he's a good 10-inch figure, probably. Not quite 12, but sizable, not real heavy. I just think these are fantastic. So always going to get the Weber seal of approval.
All right. So moving forward, next news item. Our good friends at After Action Report, Roger Taft and Josh Eggebein, their volume 2, or the volume 2 of their G.I. Joe comic guide is being kickstarted. That took live today. It's only been going for a few hours, but they are already pretty close to halfway there. Last I checked, I'm going to go ahead and get a drum roll on this one to give a live tally. They only have a $7,000 goal, but they are already over $4,200.
Hey,
with 56 backers. So this is a more or less a slam dunk because that's most of the way there just in a few hours. So it's still 46 days to go on this one. They're running for a long time. They're trying to collect up as many pre-orders for this book as possible. So by all means, head over to Kickstarter, type in After Action Report. This project will come right up for you. You can check out the tiers and the book itself. and they'll have little teases of from the first book, and we might talk to Roger again real soon. We're talking to Roger again real soon.
Roger.
So, just wanted to throw that out there.
You're
Always
talking
good
to
time.
Roger again.
What's the vector, Victor?
Over under.
Man, you tried dragging Bob Lanier up and down this court for 90 minutes again.
All right, next news item.
Do.
While we're talking Kickstarter, hey, it's touch base with call sign Longbow. Still going for 22 more days. It is still funded. You can check out our episode from last week for all the details. They have, in the time since last week, unlocked the second stretch goal, which is Ghost. So there is a steel web figure that will be part of this project. And they revealed that stretch goal number 5 is the Soviet ninja with the furry hat. And he is awesome, and I really hope we get to that stretch goal.
So does Joe. Come on, a whole new version of Red Ninja for her?
Right? If only she were here to discuss that sort of thing.
It's kind of like in Superman Red Sun. You've got Batman with the furry hat.
That's right. And not to toot our own horn, but we love doing it. The call sign Longbow guys teased that stretch goal on our show over and over again. They kept saying, "Can't tell you nothing." And we're like, I think I know what that means.
So anyway, the current total $147,953. That is out of a $78,000 goal. So again, if call sign Longbow, if O-ring style, very compatible GI Joe type figures are your jam, you want to check out call sign Longbow. You can pledge with confidence because it is 100% funded, and we are just into stretch goals now. And the faster we pile them up, the more we'll find out about and know to build for going forward. Because they've got to, again, stretch goal 3 is what we're going for now at $168,000 will be the Retro Ops Marauder figure. And then stretch goal 4 is going to be the henchman in the tracksuit. That's at $198,000. And I think that's very much still in play. And then stretch goal 5 is that the Krasny Ninja, the red ninja with the furry hat, $229,000. I think he's in play too. We really got off to a strong start on this one. Like I had anything to do with it. No.
Come on now.
Right. So, it's a strong start there, and it's gonna continue on. That last week is probably gonna pick up a whole bunch of pledges just because last week's always do. But make sure figure out the math and get in on this as soon as you can, because again, it is funded, and you can remember that call sign Longbow is thick in the crotch.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thick in the crotch.
I can hardly wait for that to show up on their marketing for real one day.
Right?
Not that anybody's jealous about that.
Not at all.
Share screen. Share screen. Share screen.
Hang on.
Okay,
Hang on.
no pressure. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm glad you flagged me on that one because you're like we have so many windows going right now that
Right?
I can't see all of them real easily.
That's too much Photoshop work for just one show. So there we go. I'm glad we got a tail on that one.
This lets us stretch our Photoshop budget.
Yeah.
So stretch the Photoshop budget. But a thick crotch, soft hands, and a nice smile. There we go. I mean, what else can you ask for, right?
Thank you. Anyway.
Right? I don't know, a mug of beer and a math device to ride.
Right. That is everybody else's fault for not having a super chat on the board. That is your fault, not mine. Your fault. Your fault. And that's actually all we got for the news.
Not a lot of news this week.
No, light news week.
You think they're saving it up for June?
I do.
They
better be.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Yojo July.
Right? I hope they're not waiting for us to break all the news.
No, because they've really tightened things up since the last time. So
They're not real happy.
I like to call that the "What's on Joe Mind" effect.
Yep. Remember when those guys told everybody what was coming out over the next calendar year?
Yeah.
Let's not do that again.
And a lot of people didn't believe them, but they turned out to be 100% right.
It's going to be sci-fi and Dr. Mindbender. Well,
what's important is I think
you need to be wearing a hat when you say that.
I'm not bitter. Believe me, I'm not the bitter one.
So, Jim, we're going a little inside sports on you there. Sorry about that.
A little?
When are we going to talk robots? Because when I know as soon as Joe shows up, it's a robot-free zone.
Robots.
Andrew Gogan, no mention of the Target Cobra Island figures on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store.
Well, now there is.
Sure, there you go.
It doesn't hurt, but I gotta believe our clientele here is pretty dialed in, and I think they probably already had any of that they needed.
Right, but, or knew about this going on. Like they're not new figures. We're not gonna spend time breaking that. Oh, look, Big Bad Toy Store has this figure that's been available for 2 years. But I mean, I appreciate that you're trying to contribute there, but it's as far as news items go.
If you're like me and have sworn off Target, but you're not like me and have no cool friends to hook you up, this would be a dream. You can get Target figures without having to pay Target a dime.
There you go.
But I got friends who've hooked me up, and a couple of them are named Irizarry. That's what I'm talking about. Nothing from Jim, but we just met. So
Jim's a punk ass Mark.
Is that true?
You've got to earn that stuff with me.
I suppose that's fair. I'm working on it. Hey, I bust their balls every week. That's got to be a start.
It's helpful.
He heard you were a Yankee fan too, and he couldn't tolerate that.
Oh no! Is Jim the Mets sheep of the family?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Look, man, he's got. You know what? They just got a new owner, and a bad owner is the worst curse in professional sports. So, and you almost never get out of it. So,
the fact that the Mets got out of that in my lifetime is amazing.
That's pretty exciting.
Like it was what they actually okayed it, because initially they weren't going to let him buy the team, and then that changed. Like what was it? Like a year or so later, right? That changed, and it's holy crap. This is what it's like to spend money. This is what it's like to go after top free agents. This is what it's like to, I don't know, be good at a sport. So it's. It's been a while. 2015 they just kind of lucked into it. Whatever. 86 was like actual. There was money spent there too, but Wilpon also wasn't the only owner of the team.
Right.
So,
I can't even imagine.
Needless to say, there needs to be more mentions of Polar Bear Pete Alonso bobbleheads in your next statues report.
Ooh.
So.
It's a good idea.
I
can't even imagine how exciting it must be in Queens these days to have two of the best 3 pitchers of baseball on the disabled list for your team at the same time.
It's awesome.
You're used to that.
No. Usually DeGrom was lonely, but they got him a buddy now. So
no. Because there was Thor and there were all those other young starters that they pushed through and cycled through. Matt Harvey was a great one for a season and a half.
Before he started dealing drugs to his teammates.
Well, that came much later. That was long after his elbow exploded.
Yeah.
Right. But once DeGrom and Scherzer are healthy, and Pulsifer and Wilson get off the you guys are loaded, man.
Gooden.
Holy smokes. No, Gooden's a Yankee. Strawberry, too.
Whatever.
I guess you didn't see that.
Yeah.
Let's take a pause here.
And Cone!
We're going to take a pause here to get a quick word from our sponsor.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia, Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
All right. Thank you, Kokomo Toys.
Mhm.
Always appreciated.
Especially the lightsaber shot to the ear right at the end.
That was not subtle.
No,
No, not at all.
I'm going there. I'm going to buy those 4 copies of Moonraker. I'm getting it.
Another super chat from Josiah Alcorn. I don't get to see much AEW. Is Hook the most promising new wrestler in the biz? Mark Weber, you're our AEW wonk. Why don't you go ahead and
No, he's not. But no, he can go. He's Taz's son. Of course he can wrestle. I guess he was a D1 lacrosse guy, so he is a premier athlete. But standing around and not talking kind of makes you the next Dexter Loomis. So cool right now, but where's it going to go?
Yeah,
I heard he was very promising until the crocodile took his hand.
Right.
He's fine for a 22-year-old kid. He's great.
Yeah. Great start, and they're handling him pretty well. But the best young wrestler in the business is Austin Theory, or Theory, as they decided to call him. So
Sure.
but he's dynamite. That's
Yeah.
That's your next.
I would tend to think that that MJF is the next great young wrestler because he's 24 years old.
I think he's already there.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, if you're giving him that kind of credit, then yes. But yeah, if you're talking just young guys who are just main event players right now, that's the guy.
Yeah. He's fantastic.
That's the guy.
And as long as they never ever turn him, just keep him rotten heel forever because that doesn't happen very often. So
just despite not being a super chat, here's a question for Jim from Nick Adams. Jim, what sort of household items did your brothers throw at your head?
Really, anything that wasn't tied down. They're countless basketball, football, Nerf balls. I think there was a golf ball one time, which really wasn't great. Or maybe that was Katie. Maybe that was Kate. I don't know. But just anything that wasn't tied. The dog, it could probably be one of those items at one point. Just anything really.
Was it a German Shepherd?
No, we had a
Shepherd Golden Retriever mix.
Oh, okay. You can get a spiral going with a Cocker Spaniel.
We had a Cocker Spaniel going, and we didn't so much throw the dog at Jim, but we did. Like if Jim was sleeping, we would put the dog on top of him to wake him up.
Welcome.
The Cocker Spaniel just be walking on him like he was part of the floor. It was actually kind of funny.
Now I have 2 dogs of my own to do that to me because I'm apparently a glutton for punishment. So
yeah, we tortured him with a small dog growing up, so he went and got 2 small dogs.
All right, to defend himself.
2 corgis.
Please
one
stop.
very hyper.
Apparently, I saved the whipping Matchbox cars, at people's heads for my cousins. So
we have cousins.
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's why they didn't come around much. Apparently, when I was 2, I whipped a Matchbox car at one of them's head because he pushed me off my toy piano.
Was it like a Corvette or was it a fire truck? Because
I don't know. But I can tell you one thing: it was a bullseye.
Those are different classes of misdemeanor, as I understand. Because the fire truck has that little ladder, right? You can do some damage.
But Joel McMullen, Crocodile Joel McMullen asks, is Powerhouse Hobbs the next ice train? If he's lucky.
If they keep booking him like this, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He's but no, I contend that I don't know who Jim thought was throwing these things at him, but like I used to get blamed for stuff and I wasn't even in the building. So Lord only knows.
Yeah.
It's documented on a couple of occasions that I wasn't even home. And yeah. So anyway.
That's based on reputation though, right? Didn't you earn that on some level?
No.
Those hits were called in. You called them in.
Yeah, I called it. He ordered the code red.
Yeah.
It was classic little brother syndrome. It was like now that we're adults, Jim and I are probably the 2 that are the most alike. So I think when we were kids, he was trying to bump me off. He wanted me out of the way.
Dueling middle kid syndrome.
You get it? You get it all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good Lord, man.
I muted my own mic.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
No.
No.
That's what this button's
No.
for. You push this and they can't hear you.
No.
No,
Come
we're
on.
hearing every word.
Former radio professional. Former.
You're smart and got out.
Is this thing
Very
on?
Occasionally.
Hello, Seattle. I'm listening.
But yeah, you have Nick Adams sympathies.
All right.
Fair enough.
He's
But,
got somebody.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you should have heard what he did to his. So yeah,
Jim subscribed to our TikTok channel, so he knows.
all right.
My brother, who sat across from me for dinner, a future cop actually, laughed his ass off at me all dinner one time. And as I drank my milk, I got down towards the bottom of the glass and his retainer slid down into my mouth.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that's vile.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Oh,
sure
that's
he washed it off good first, right?
no.
But my brother
Oh my God.
so rarely crossed the line
Oh.
that my parents were impotent to punish him ever. Like they couldn't even fathom Mike doing anything wrong. So he got away with retainer in the milk once in a while.
Oh,
Wow. Oh, that.
He
oh,
once
wow.
he once woke me up. I was sleeping with my mouth shut, so I wasn't snoring apparently that night. He went into my room and woke me up by slowly pinching my nose shut. So you wake up because you're asphyxiating. It feels like you're drowning. That's a terrifying way to wake up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was another Mike special. He didn't terrorize me. These were rare, kind of random incidents. And so when they happened, my parents were like, I don't even know what to do with him. We've never punished him before. We're certainly not going to start now.
Toughen up, kid. That's all they said. Just toughen up.
Man.
So, anyways, to answer the question for those who are tardy,
You
Jim
can't tell?
Yeah.
Come on.
Jim is the youngest Irizarry brother. So he is 4 years younger than me. There is a sister who is younger than us all, but she's obviously not on the show tonight.
Too stinky.
Right. So that's
And
who
the
Jim
life.
is.
she may be busy dealing with the dinner rush at the restaurant. So
Right. And if you actually like, this isn't Jim's first appearance on the show either. Like, you have to go back a bit. But
Yeah.
Jim has been here before. So you got to go back to the Podbean episodes, which are linked up down in the comments below.
How long ago was that?
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, the football show appearance with you and Craig was probably 4 years.
Oh,
And
at
then
least.
Indiana Toy and Comic Expo had to be close to, like, you just started dating Nikki at that point.
Yeah, she. I brought her along to that show, and she was just like, "What the hell is this? Why did you drag me here?"
I get that every week.
And she walked away. She walked out of it with a little plush tauntaun, so she did all right.
yeah.
There we go.
And there's that too. So
Look at that. I'm just going to throw this out as a wild card question. Was it hard for guys to date your sister if you were the peanut gallery waiting at home?
Yeah, and it's really like we're big dudes, right? Like, we're large people. Even when we're in shape, we're tall and we're imposing. And our sister is not. Like, she's normal height. She's 5'2".
Okay.
So, like,
She's taller than that.
but most guys aren't as tall as we are, and most guys aren't as wide as we are. So that in and of itself was imposing enough. But the worst part of it is that she didn't need us, right? Because there was so much sarcasm thrown around this house anyhow, between the three of us, between mom, between dad. I mean, like, we tend to have this images. People have this image of moms as not playing that game. Oh no. Our mom was she could be bitingly sarcastic. Dad was the goofball. Mom was the sarcastic one. So Yeah, so she was prepared from all sides as
Okay.
far as dealing with dudes. We didn't get the chance in most cases. She would shoot them down on her own.
Okay.
I had a friend once that was, we were in our mid-20s, so she would have been 18 or 19. And one of my friends says, "I think I'm going to ask your sister out." And he just said it to get my goat.
Mhm.
And I just looked at him and said, "Go ahead. She doesn't need me. You get your courage on. You go ask her out. You go.
Right.
You knock."
Although, do you remember? You remember that one
Hey, let me
time?
let me buy you the first shot. Liquid courage here.
Remember the one time that kid called asking for her, and we all hopped
Oh,
on the
God,
other end
yeah.
and went, "Hi."
Didn't Dad
kid-
join us too?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
okay.
Dad didn't join us because Dad was at work. And mom is like trying to scold us but laughing at the same time that we did that. and just wait till your father gets home. What do you think he'll say? And I just went and said, I think he'll say good job.
Right.
You know? And
Thanks.
sure enough,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
tells Dad what happened, and we just hear Dad laughing. Goes, "Hey boys, nice work."
There you go. Your mom was probably giggling and saying,
Oh,
"Knock
she-
that right off in about 4 or 5 minutes."
Yeah, you knocked that off. You knocked that off when she turns 21. Yeah,
Right. Our mom grew up in a house where she had two older brothers who were 11 and 8 years older than her. So, yeah, believe me, we probably went light on whatever kid called here.
yeah.
So, more tales from Nick Adams. Superhead
yeah.
and I have another brother who's a year older than him. He used to steal his bottle, and we'd find him in the closet just sucking down milk. You'd think he was deprived. Nick Adams, your family.
He has an interesting family.
One's
smuggling milk, the other one's smuggling sausage.
Right? They got to make up stories to make Young Rock interesting. Right? I want
Yeah.
Nick Adams on NBC.
Yeah.
Charlie
Young
Kukulski
Nick.
asks, how many more families are lurking in your apartment? I hope not too many more because we're out of space.
I
Yeah.
counted 4 in the bathroom.
Oh,
But-
man.
Diana Davis said her husband Cullen just saw Jim and proclaimed another one in sheer awe of all the Irizarry on the screen. Yeah, another one.
We should
It's-
just
it's
like
how you-
hijack. We should just hijack Dad one time and get
It's
it.
how you stretch a line, man. A 2-pack and a 3-pack is still one item. So, yeah.
So Jim, we'll ask the one question that everybody has asked over time.
Okay.
So Rob and I've been doing this show since literally 11 years.
Yeah.
Like it was 11 years ago. Last week would have been my first episode on What's on Joe Mind. And of course, Rob's been helping out the last few years. He did Rack Time. Theoretically, he still does Rack Time.
Theoretically, if I can ever get through another comic book again.
Right. He joins us here when we need a fourth voice or a third voice or an easy to find co-host on short notice. He's even easier to find than Biff McHonky Donk, Phil Donnelly. So how come we are doing this with our Friday nights and you're not? What drove you out of G.I. Joe as a hobby?
I don't know. I think when I finally got to that age where I could actually make the choice as far as collecting stuff, like you guys had realistic looking tanks, like everything was realistic looking, and everything that started coming in with me always incorporated like yellow and like bright yellow and bright blue, like just bright colors, and it's like no fighting battalion in the world would ever okay that color scheme, first of all. But I will say this, I did have the Rolling Thunder. That was mine. So but
Battleship on wheels.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. I mean, that was like one of those later era cool toys that I was just like, oh, that's got 2 giant missiles coming out of it. That's awesome. And lo and behold, one Christmas, there it was. But it's like yeah, it just didn't strike me as something that I wanted to collect. I was just like, yeah, drove out by the 90s. Bingo. So I turned more to Transformers. So
because they were crazy and wacky, but you have a little bit more license to do that sort of thing there.
yeah, I the Transformers movie, bit me hard. So I kind of kept collecting after that. But you guys had like all the first run stuff as far as Transformers go, and then I kind of picked up after the movie for a little bit, and then eventually I just looked at myself and I was like, wait a minute, toy time is over. It's time to grow up. And
that's because all the cool toys weren't made anymore.
Exactly. It's like now I find myself drooling in the Nerf gun aisle at Target, and just all this little stuff popping up.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
It's good to go through Target's toy aisle. It's the only way to guarantee that you're going to get what you're looking at.
Right. So, but yeah, I just like Diana said, drove out by the 90s. So the cartoon wasn't on anymore either. I think that was kind of a big part of it. The half-hour infomercial, basically. So, I think it was just the timing.
Jim doesn't know about your bitter sprees, Mark Weber.
Yeah,
He doesn't know your history.
Target stabbed me in the back, so I'm done with them. They're dead to me. That's all right.
They canceled his orders.
Charlie Kulkalski asked, so Gung Ho and Quick Kick are not in approved military uniforms. They're not, but they look cool.
They're not neon yellow either.
True.
Right.
Gung Ho was eventually, right? Wasn't his Mega Marine pretty banana yellow, as I recall?
There was something else too. Like all of the later figures were just knockoffs on the original figures. Like they're just carbon copies with different names, and whatever. So
the question is, what happened to Joe Colton?
We don't know.
The answer is, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh!
Hi guys, sorry I'm late.
Finally, some backup. Good God, I got Irizarry.
Right. So what part of Friday at 9 is confusing you after all this time?
Work and a monkeypox outbreak.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fox-ridden monkeys.
Gonna get Joe Colton top row center.
But I was late.
We missed her for like a week and a half. So
Oh. There's a lot going on, man. There's a lot going on. Everything's on fire.
So Joe Colton.
Yeah.
Down bottom right there, that's youngest
Hi, Jim.
brother Jim.
Hi, Jim. Wow. Your youngest brother.
Yep.
Yeah, we were hoping to, like, your reaction to him was really what we were shooting for, and then you went and missed the first hour of the show.
Stupid monkeypox.
Right.
There's also a hepatitis B outbreak or hepatitis in Alabama and
Well, that's
an
no
Ebola.
shocker. That's
And
no
Ebola.
shocker.
And we have
There's
an
an easily
Ebola
controllable
outbreak.
disease outbreak in Alabama. What is that?
The hell you say?
Yeah, but it's in children, so they're freaking out.
Well, yeah.
But not in Army Rangers from Alabama. They're all safe.
No, and then we have oh my god, the monkeypox is what got me all day. Ebola. We have an Ebola case, a few Ebola cases.
Oh goodness.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Monkeypox looks terrible, but it is not normally fatal.
No,
Are
it's
the
beautiful.
are the Ebola cases in Mississippi?
One wishes.
Right.
No. I don't, because it'll spread like wildfire to my stupid state. But
Yeah.
But, Nick Adams giving a postscript. I gave my Joes to Superhead and the Milk Thief. Eventually, those little bastards buried them in the yard, and then showed me like they were proud of how they destroyed my childhood.
See, I never did that. I didn't
No.
go through all the old stuff and go, well, off the top of the house you go. Chunk.
Here's
No,
your paratrooper.
Yeah, does this work like this? Hey, why doesn't the F-16 fly for real? So
Mostly
But,
because you knew we'd have beat your ass.
well, I mean, there was that, but so
We were not violent, right? Like we were the big brothers, but we were not physically. We didn't do a lot of punching and kicking in our house because that was.
Feel like you're lying.
No, we got to say whatever we wanted. Our folks were very liberal about what we could yell at one another, but physical stuff was right out. So, but if he had messed with the Joes and broken them, that would have been a beating.
there was also the feeling that that eventually these things were going to be worth some money too, because they had actually kind of already started turning. Like the original stuff had already started, costing a lot in the collectible world. So I was like, if they forget about these. So
Well, that and those news stories that almost brought Dad to tears about how much a Mickey Mantle card was worth.
there's that too.
And how many?
I used to have that one, but your grandmother threw it out when I went in the Navy.
or he tore it up in his bike tires.
Oh, not a Mickey. He wouldn't have done that to a Mickey Mantle.
All day long.
But yeah, Mark, you're blowing your nose again, so I had to mute your microphone.
I muted my own microphone. I'm fairly capable of muting my own microphone. Look at how that works.
You clearly did not.
No.
Look, I know how to mute my own mic.
Still going.
Still going.
Still on.
Was it?
Yes.
Look, green light,
No, you.
red light. I should be muted.
Yeah,
You're not.
Just
Well,
use the button on your screen there.
why do they have this button?
To fool you.
I don't know.
I don't know what's happening.
I have
That's
child locks on my cabinets in my classroom, and they have a
that's
decoy
kinda
button.
jive.
That's what you got.
That doesn't work.
Perfect.
Nope, still not muted.
Oh! My mom's listening.
Sorry, Nola.
Yeah, exactly.
What's happening? I'm sorry.
Okay,
Mark.
We got another super chat from Josiah Alcorn. Thank you, sir.
Hey.
Okay, Joe Colton, we need cosplay info from the convention.
Yes.
Last weekend, you were out at Tidewater Comic-Con.
Yes. I got to hang out with Loki Variant for most of the day.
Nobody
on
knows who that
Saturday.
is.
So he is a cosplayer that he's a dead ringer for Tom Hiddleston. So and he's an Aussie, I think. Yes, he's Aussie, but he does a people can't usually tell between that and a British accent. So but he does the accent quite well as well. So he was got to do a photo shoot with a bunch of cosplayers, and then got to hang out with Jason Keith, who is a Marvel colorist for the last 15 years, and he's throwing his own convention October 1st and 2nd of this year in Richmond, Virginia. So you have to put that on the 2nd and 3rd. I have been corrected by the husband. It's October 2nd and 3rd.
Just put him on.
Let's cram it. Let's cram it in a wrist lock here.
Yes.
Have we ever had 6?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
right.
Off-screen editor going.
Let's not do that. It'll break Mike's computer. Cosplayers. There was a gorgeous Maleficent with wings. We had oh my god, Ryan Reynolds movie. Free Guy. We had Free Guy and the love interest in Free Guy. Although I really wish there was the buff version of him walking around, but we didn't get to. There wasn't one of those. I was so
He's got
hoping.
the wiry, spindly version of him, huh?
Yes.
Nice.
There was a bunch of Wonder Women, retro version, old school, pinup style. There were there was a Destro, a Baroness, and interesting shipwreck who was a little intoxicated, but it was great.
Well, he was a sailor.
True.
He was a sailor
So he
on
was
shore
in,
leave.
he was in character.
I thought you were going to say short shorts.
But Torpedo Mike has a fascinating question there. Did she just say, honey, you're right? Yes, she did.
Yes. Usually I'm right, but in this case, he's right as he is the keeper of the calendars. I will tell you a story. There was an old lady. She was probably in her late 60s, early 70s, who was dressed as T'Challa's mom. And her kids had entered her into the costume contest. And so I saw her and I said, you look like sensational. She was like eating and like standing in line and like just dancing around. I said, ma'am, you look fantastic. She was such a cute little old lady. She goes, well, I do things for my kids, but has to be before 6 because I got my shows. And so I was like, well, you can work it. And she goes, yep. And I said, so she said, like, what time is it? I said, it's 4:30. So you have another hour and a half. I said, so you're gonna make it. She goes, okay. I said, everything has got to be done before 6. She goes, 6? I'm too old for that. I was like, no, ma'am, 6 o'clock. You said until 6 o'clock.
The number.
And she was like, boy, 6, that's been a long time. I was like, no, 6 o'clock.
And then she continued to go into detail.
And I was like, and so what the friends that I were with, they were just like, how did you get from like a compliment to talking to an old lady about her sex life?
That process is actually shorter than you think, really. So,
it's
Ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Josiah Alcorn, he seems to have the hang of this super chat thing better than everybody else does today.
Yeah.
Shipwreck on leave in Thule, Greenland.
Yep.
There you go. So there you have it. Was he frying powdered eggs?
In the tooth of a gale.
He just had a giant flask. No.
Thank you, sir. Was there a Recondo there? Mark, thanks a lot for making me spend more money. I just ordered that Diamond Select Destro from Big Bad Toy Store. There you go. That's the honcho right there for you.
Did you guys go through the Baroness one? Oh
We
my God.
Yeah,
So does it link up?
It does not link up, but the aesthetics are like it's the same fight.
Yeah. Because they both got busted bats down there.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Behind the foot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I got you.
Destro's in water or low water, and Baroness is on dry ground. So,
maybe
they'll look good next to each other, but they don't. I don't believe they interlock.
Oh,
which
I
is
want
a
that
shame.
figure.
It is a shame. That's one thing they could have done to make.
They could have had it where it like just locks into place and it becomes like a giant diorama. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
So
Who thinks of these things?
Joe Colton, you're
I used to, but they didn't like it long term.
Joe Colton, you're a Baroness aficionado. You in on that statue?
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah.
There we
Change
go.
jar. Swear jar.
Yeah.
Return of the jar,
Oh yeah.
which is in the other room. So
Hell fuck yeah. That thing looks amazing. Like
Jim,
her
is there a
waist
jar
is
change on
kinda
the table? If
too
there is, shake it.
her twist, like she's got a very skinny midsection, but like, you know what? I don't care that it looks great. Like the sculpt is great. Just the whole thing is, I was like, chef's kiss.
Well, and so many of the Baroness stuff, especially statues,
Yeah.
are just embarrassingly cheesecake, right? And this one is certainly curvy.
It's
but-
hot.
But she looks like she's in motion. She looks pissed off,
Yeah.
right? Like
she's
She actually looks like
throwing a shitload of lead at somebody.
yeah.
She did she not remind you guys of somebody we know? Well, she's only come to JoeCon, I think, once or twice. But do you remember my friend Heather? Tall. She was the Baroness.
Sure, but I never saw her hurdling any walls with a machine gun.
No, but I was like, why does that statue look like Heather? So I have to get it now.
Yeah, turn your microphone on, Jim. Jim got the change jar, so we're finally prepared.
Oh, is that what he was
There we go.
doing? You got to be
There we go.
prepared, sir.
Change jar sponsored by all the cool stuff. Allthecoolstuff.co.uk. You too can pay off Joe Colton's swear debts. Head down there, become a backer on coffee. Monthly backers, you get your name in the credits. We'll figure out something to do with it later. As far as maybe bonus stuff, I don't know, but there you go. You want your name in lights. That's how you do it.
Is the spicy spears on purpose?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's spicy language, so it's spicy spears.
Spicy.
I gotcha.
Spicy.
Spicy.
So who was in your traveling party, Joe Colton?
So we had me and Wes went down to Virginia Beach to see our friends, and our traveling partners were Ben and Christy. He does Loki, and she did, what did she do? Oh my god. Oh, she did Black Cat one day, and then she did, what did she do the first day? I'm a horrible friend. What?
Tired wife.
Oh, she did Haley. Haley from Kaylee from Firefly. Thank you, Wes. And then we hung out with our friend Corwin, who's a photographer, and also Jason Keith, who is the colorist for Marvel. All weekend.
You people always have friends who are photographers.
Yes.
Every single one of you. But take a moment here. Let's do the old call to action one more time. Remember, if you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead and leave us some kind of a reaction. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love a little huggy guy. If you're watching us on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That's the thing you can do that'll help us out the most. Is subscribe on YouTube and watch our videos. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up down below. Be sure to come back later. Leave us a big boy comment so that we can place in the algorithms and get our videos seeded into the clouds so that we reign on the feeds of all G.I. Joe fans everywhere. La, 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 la. Make it all winsome.
That's right.
Marking our territory on the internet.
But Matt O'Brien, that's a good-looking Baron's figure as well. He ordered both.
See?
Oh.
But not one person has gone, I like that grape-tasting purple snake eyes they're doing. I'm all over that. Terrible.
That's
No.
Purple Snake Eyes, sponsored by Big League Chew. I think you have
bad.
Your disproportional hatred of that statue is.
I don't know. I actually said, I don't mind that, but
The normal colors are good.
yeah, limited run of 5, I think, individually numbered.
It's a good
By a
statue.
Sharpie marker on the bottom.
The statue's fine. It's just it looks a billion times better in black.
So, Jim, we're talking about your lack of collecting in G.I. Joe. You do know that most of the figures that you had when you were a kid are sitting in one of these tubs right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, just so you know.
You didn't come to repo them or anything, right?
No.
Like I don't care.
He wouldn't remember.
He had 4 Ninja Vipers, I'm pretty sure.
My theory on all this was that because, again, you didn't like me when you were kids. So I didn't play with you. But Rob did. And my theory was always that Rob used to run down all the new stuff because he had he had Duke in the original colors and you had Tiger Force Duke.
Yeah.
So my impression was always that Rob was going, "Oh, you got Tiger Force Duke. He sucks."
But he had Rock and Roll 2, which was better.
I mean, true.
Is that what Rob
I just got
sounded like?
chills.
He did.
I just got chills from that. Jesus.
I sound like a Monty Python old woman, yes.
Apparently.
Spam, 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 baked beans, spam, spam.
No, I want the blow on the head.
Ooh, I want them.
But so that was always my impression. So you're saying that Rob is not responsible for your getting out of G.I. Joe as a child?
Oh no, I probably am alluding to that actually. So, yep.
I thought so.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure. It's me.
Diana sticking to her guns. Tiger Force Duke is cool, except for the weird hair. I'm okay with Tiger Force Duke,
Yeah, the weird hair is a bit weird, but
except for the weird hair. But that's an easy head swap if you got it.
Burgundy hair.
I
Right.
mean,
or you can like paint his hair a little bit. You can look.
Most
and no offense, because it's one of our favorite people in the world, but Diana Davis endorsing a Duke figure isn't exactly breaking sports news.
I did have the William the Refrigerator Perry figure, and I was never allowed to win any battles with it. That also hurt.
That's too bad. The fridge was a winner. You got a ring and everything.
Exactly.
Look, most folks have a Junker Duke laying around because that crotch is even more fragile than Beachhead's. So it is not call sign Longbow thick in the crotch.
That's right.
Got to be aware of the fragile crotch. The more you know.
So weird.
And now you know.
So
And
weird.
knowing is half the battle. Da-da-da-da-da. Pork chop sandwiches.
And the other half of the battle is finding where Beachhead's crotch landed.
I don't know, man. I
In
got
the
like
shag carpeting.
I got almost 50 of them, and only one of them is busted up, and it came to me that way. So
Yeah, you only buy the ones that have survived 20 years or 25 years. More than that, 35 years.
35 at this point. Yeah.
Ooh.
He's old.
I believe it's called hoarding.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Matt O'Brien is back with another super chat. Thank you. You remember, guys, you can super chat with like $1. That's fine. Remember, if we're to see a HasLab classified reveal in Yojo June, do we anticipate any trouble with funding due to all the Kickstarters we've been in on?
Perhaps.
Look, everyone has 2 kidneys. That's all I'm saying.
Right?
Hey! Are you willing to give up one?
Depends on what it is.
I mean, Jim is here, and we have a tub full of ice, and so you can fill in the rest of that as you will.
You got to catch me.
That's true. I'm not catching a whole lot, so
I don't have the energy. I chase kids all day. I don't have the energy to chase everything.
All of a sudden, I am envisioning Yakety Sax coming up. And
What do you mean?
you three yokels chasing around that apartment.
I've also got the change jar.
Oh, that's true. It's a good weapon,
Weaponry.
right?
Hot pickles.
right. So yes, I mean we're at an hour 22. If we got a couple more questions before we get into the stretch run here, but Mark Weber, you have any questions for Jim regarding his lack of participation in our hobby?
Well, he said he was a big Transformers fan. So let's hear some of your top robots, if only to annoy Joe Colton. Who are the can't miss robots out of your toy chest?
Voltron.
I'm not asking you about robots, Joe.
We had a lot of Autobots. We didn't have a whole hell of a lot of Decepticons. Although Soundwave, Rob had Soundwave, and I always thought that was a cool figure.
Because he was.
Yeah, I mean, came with, what was it, Buzzsaw? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, God, what else? There was. I had one of the what was it? The Power Master Optimus Prime. Rob had the original. Yeah, Rob and Mike had a lot of the original.
I had
original Autobots.
I had a bunch of nobodies. I didn't have anybody cool.
Yeah.
You're the Trailbreaker guy.
I had Trailbreaker and Sideswipe and Cup. Had a bunch of nameless Decepticons.
Yeah,
it was just like my Transformers collection back in the day was rank and file.
Sideswipe's not bad. Okay, Jim, since you were
Cyclonus was also cool. I always dug the backwards wings. So.
Since you were a little tyke, when you talked your parents into taking you to the theater to watch the big Transformers movie, did the Optimus death harpoon you like it did most kids your/my age?
I still wake up just like, no, Optimus, no.
Good.
So, but you can thank Optimus for Duke not dying. So
yeah, that's true too. He gets an assist.
He's got a brow full of sweat and drawers full of pee.
I just love the idea that they're sitting around the table at Hasbro at that time and said, "This Optimus guy is like 2 years old. We got to kill him off and replace him."
Kick him to the curb.
Yeah.
Kick rocks, Optimus.
Yeah.
Get out.
We need to replace him with Judd Nelson.
Right? We'll call him Poochie. No.
Man, he wasn't the only one in Hollywood that got caught in that Judd Nelson trap.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But Matt O'Brien with another super chat. On a serious note, I just wanted to say thank you for all you guys do for us and the brand. I love spending my Friday nights with y'all. Well, we like doing this too, or we certainly would not. But thank you for joining us every week, Matt. We appreciate everything you do for us by being here. Sean Russell back in the house as well. Jim, blink twice if you want me to send help while you still have kids.
Like I said, I got the change jar and two brothers who have no energy. So
Hey, some guys do a whole podcast without blinking.
I mean,
So,
I've got like I'm on my laptop, but I've got a desktop computer at home. So and it's all up to date. So I'm fine going laptopless for like 2 days. So
yeah, I mean, rack time Rob's all the way in the back of the apartment. I have one working foot. So yeah, no, Jim's like 6 feet from the door. He's gone. He's out if he wants out.
Or maybe this is the coup, right? Maybe he's been plotting this for a while, right?
Maybe I drugged his soda. Who knows?
Could be.
Maybe they're taking mine kidneys after this. After my last couple weeks, I don't care. They can have them.
You're right.
Yeah, the carbonation did last a little bit longer in this Coke than it typically does with
Extra
me. So.
bubbly, yeah. Look, I've seen worse plots for movies than Wrong's little brother exacts revenge on a live podcast. Blumhouse would pay for that, probably.
Yeah.
So Viper
Coming to Netflix.
Viper Scout's got a good question. Speaking of the Joe movie, which is going to be released in various theaters nationwide in June, who's going to the theater to watch it? Anybody got tickets for that bad boy?
I believe it's a Fathom event.
It is.
Yeah.
I did not get tickets.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I have it on DVD and a big TV.
Right.
Yeah.
I got air conditioning here.
Are you recording or just hanging out?
No, we're live.
No, I was going to give you because.
Some in the West.
Hey, it's a wrist lock, ladies and gentlemen.
Killing the business. That's what I'm talking about.
You're on live now. Say hi to the masses.
Hi.
See?
Hello, masses.
Solid.
He just peed.
You're not talking wrestling, so.
I was just gonna say I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Hey, wait. Who's the best young talent in the business today?
I really like Dante Martin.
Yeah, a couple years away though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot to go, but he really. I also like Jungle Boy.
He can talk.
That hair is like very 80s-tastic.
Yeah, both of those guys, they're a couple years away on the microphone.
But Jungle Boy hasn't gotten better on the mic in 3 years, right?
I don't think he's been given a lot of opportunities.
I think that's why.
Wow.
They don't want him on the mic. But somebody pitched Hook. I countered with Austin Theory.
I think Austin Theory has a lot more to learn in ring storytelling.
Okay.
I don't think he's anything special. Like, he's a body and he's got a lot of personality, but he doesn't have a lot of technique.
Okay.
Like, he sold his ass off for Austin Stunner. I'll give him that. He
right out of the Scott Hall playbook.
Yeah, basically, he didn't fall all over himself like Vince did.
Oh God, I saw that. Even I was just like,
look, man,
what?
You sell a stunner that well when you're 112 years old.
I mean, that's true.
I wouldn't ring if I was 112 years old. So.
Right.
I've seen guys. I've seen guys sell it badly, but I don't know what Vince did. It was like his lower. Well, but it was like his lower half disappeared.
No,
I don't know where he put himself.
Austin has said that he tripped and he couldn't recover from there. And like you said, he is 150 years old. So once your equilibrium goes, you can't really recover.
Tore his quads.
Yeah, it's like he tore his quads again.
Right.
So weird.
No. He tripped and fell and tore Kevin Nash's quads. It was a freak injury.
Kevin Nash is a big boy.
Kevin Nash sitting home going, ah!
I would
Ow,
know
why?
angry. His hands are enormous.
I've met him before.
Yeah. Big guy.
Well, he's a legit 6'10". I mean, that's,
Yeah, he's a big
he's
guy.
He's a huge guy.
He's funny.
He played college basketball, so
he wasn't. As I recall, he wasn't medium sexy, right?
he's not.
no.
Yeah,
Big.
He's not.
that's it.
Kenny Omega still sucks. I'm going to bed.
That's it. And that's coming from a legit pro, people.
There he goes, everybody. EWA Hall of Famer, the wrist lock, Wes Whitlock.
Kenny Omega's been off TV for 5 months, and his stench is still around.
Wes hates Kenny Omega.
Yeah, he's on load.
Anyways, let's go ahead and start pulling this bad boy into the station.
No.
Ragtime Rob, what'd you get in this week?
I got a fat load of nothing.
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 Well, thanks for nothing then.
Thanks for nothing.
Things are getting Irish in here.
Yeah.
Right.
They're getting cartoony Irish.
Jim, what did you get
O'Hara.
in? Obviously, you can't show us, but what did you get in that's cool that's sitting at home?
Not much. I am actually working towards converting my office though, because I'm going to be starting up a Twitch show here coming up soon. Just talking sports, because apparently that's the trend on Twitch. Actually, it's gaming and for some reason sports talk. Figure I can do something with that. So yeah, I mean it makes total sense.
Does wrestling count as sports, or is that entertainment?
It gets thrown in there.
All
so
right.
I mean I don't really follow it, so I'm probably not going to talk about it too much on my show. But if anybody wants to talk about some old school stuff, Monday Night Wars type stuff.
Ooh, hey.
Nothing from nothing means nothing.
His Twitch show will be done with Mets legend Chico Escuela. It will be called Bad Things About the Mets.
Chico Escuela callback today. We're keeping it very fresh.
And Crane Pool. Borrow soap. No gift bag.
Right on the heels of our Monty Python impersonations. There we go. It's a hot show tonight.
It's the finest comedy the 70s had to offer.
So,
Mark Weber, what'd you get in?
All right, so I'm super excited about this, and it isn't even a toy line or anything that I'm that hype about. But check, this is part of it. But check out this 5-inch Buzz Lightyear, right, from the upcoming Lightyear movie. He's cool, but the payoff, dude, this is his ship. Look at this thing.
I'm glad one of the 5 got it. Okay,
right, dude. This is Conquest length, right, for Joe fans.
Heyo.
It shoots missiles, these little blue guys. I would have made them different colors, but whatever. It's got the old retractable landing gear. But it has a play feature. Let's hope this works, right? Oh, boy. There's a lever down here you grab and pull back. Check this out. Oh, it didn't work. Maybe that's because I put a Kiko in the cockpit.
But she survives.
Right? I wanted to give her. Actually, I was just trying to find the shortest classified figure I could. So yeah, classified figures do fit in the cockpit, and they get in there by this. This is just like a pinch at the waist, so you can put pretty much anybody you want in there.
Or Buzz.
Well, and here's the deal: Buzz's wings go up, and if you put Buzz in, no pressure to do this live. He actually has a pretty cool reveal. It's a fantastic vehicle. And if you consider that a Joe 6-inch figure costs you $25 to $30 now, this whole ship with the 5-inch Buzz with, let's hope it works, No pressure. Oh man.
He's buckling.
I need a lovely
Pressure's getting to him.
Pressure,
Right?
yeah.
All right,
I'm
let's see
about
if
to
it
be
works.
banned again.
Let's see if it works.
Ah!
Right? Buzz Lightyear.
All right.
Well, it doesn't go back, but Buzz Lightyear, $45
Oh wow.
for
That's
this
not
chip
bad.
with a cool 5-inch Buzz Lightyear who's super articulated, doesn't have a brutal chest gun, even though there's a good spot for it.
Thick in the crotch.
Thick in the crotch, you know. He's got it going on here. This jet is super solid, and we don't get a whole lot of vehicles for this size of figure, right? So for the Buzz Lightyear, I guess it's the X-19. This is the signature toy out of their Buzz Lightyear stuff, and it's great. This is Toy of the Year material, if I can just figure out how to get it to close. Oh, man. Performance issues. There you go. Love it. Fantastic. Comes in a closed box, so you got to assemble a little bit of it. But
Are you customizing it, Mark Weber?
you know me. I think I just did customize it by changing the pilot.
Right.
That's about the limit of my skills.
Putting a Kiko in the cockpit is about what he can customize.
That's about the limit. But look at this, right? It could be a prom couple. So, love this toy. And I'm not a huge, everybody likes Toy Story, right? But I don't have a lot of Toy Story toys around the house. There was no reason for me to buy this other than it looks friggin' cool. And I love the engineering of the reveal. And it seemed like such a fantastic value. $45 for this, right? That's how much Baroness and the Terrible Coil Cycle cost. So, right here, I got a big head. Look at this thing. It's incredible.
Sean Russell, thanks again for the super chat. Hasbro can repaint it and launch it as a HasLab in June.
It's not a bad idea, except it's a Mattel toy. Good luck pulling that off.
Right.
But this will be in the running for Toy of the Year. It's fantastic. It's that good. So that's what I got.
Hey, they can get more Mattel stuff. They just got Sergeant Slaughter back.
Joe Colton, you were just at a show. You were out at an honest to God convention.
I was.
What'd you get in?
I didn't get anything at the show. I'm sorry. Oh no, that's a lie. I got a backpack that was Catwoman from the new. It's like a lounge fly bag. It's like one of those small ones.
Okay.
It's cute. I treat myself. But then I got a new costume piece. Can you tell what this is from?
It's wings, so I'm going to guess that that's a Wonder Woman headpiece of some kind.
All
right,
incorrect, sir.
I got nothing.
Is that the Silver Snitch from Harry Potter?
Boo.
It's a TV show.
Oh, it's The Boys.
Yeah.
What's her name? I forget. Sorry.
Queen Maeve.
Queen Maeve. Yeah.
Their
I
Wonder
got-
Woman analog.
Right. Still. Okay. And then,
Wait a minute. Wes could totally pull off Homelander.
no, he's Billy Butcher.
Well, yeah, I know he does Billy, but he could be Homelander too.
No, William's going to be Homelander.
Oh, that's a little blonder. Okay, fair enough.
And a little littler.
Can he pull off the crazy Homelander smile?
Yes.
Okay, because that'll sell it like crazy.
Because he does it when he dresses up as the Joker.
Okay. I get the feeling Joker and Homelander would kind of get along.
So I kind of splurged this week.
Okay.
Okay.
You have a real job, so you're allowed.
Yeah. Jane.
Conan
something.
O'Brien?
No. That's Captain Jane. What?
It's
Oh,
Kate
wait, that's
Mulgrew
not-
from Ryan's Hope.
That's not
Catherine
Tilda Swinton,
Janeway.
sorry.
I got the
Yeah.
Jane in there at least.
Yeah. So hold on.
She dated Sam Malone.
Conan O'Brien.
She did.
She did on Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Doing an unboxing with you guys.
There you go. Glad we got you in the big screen.
I don't remember them wearing these fancy uniforms on Ryan's Hope.
Enough with the Ryan's Hope jokes, John. Nobody remembers Ryan's Hope.
No, that's my
Just
show.
you.
I got to be home by 6 to watch Ryan's Hope on television.
What? We're
On
having
what
soap
television?
So it comes with CPARs of the Voyager. If you
What's a
guys can-
CPAR?
It's this
That thing.
this.
Honestly, I didn't know. It's backwards though. Is it like a variant?
It's
Well,
see through.
better.
Okay.
Okay.
And then hold on, I gotta I get so nervous when I do these. I'm just, like, throwing everything everywhere. Okay. Look at that head sculpt.
The head sculpt's great, but the Conan O'Brien reference is kind of dead on with the hair, the red hair waterfall.
Looks like she's ready to commit some form of galactic atrocity.
Whatever, man. Fuck the prime directive.
I don't know. I never watched the show. That's what people complain about.
Then she comes with a transporter stand.
That lights up.
It doesn't.
What?
I know.
She has.
Shit. Yeah. And then
Star Wars would have lit up.
I know. Shh. Then she has the rifle.
Ooh, pew pew gun.
A pew pew gun. Yes.
That looks pretty serious.
Yeah, it's actually kind of heavy. And then a little phaser.
Yeah, I'm not buying the phaser after the
Yeah.
Elodium Q36 explosive space modulator. Dude, well, honestly, I'm not trying to rip because I'm not that familiar.
Space modulator.
What way does that gun point?
This one,
Yeah.
this fires
So where's the trigger?
here
That's a big ass trigger.
or here. Like
Either one, double trigger. Okay.
It's Starfleet. They're very efficient.
Right.
Apparently.
And then there's a holster for the phaser.
Okay.
And I just broke the tricorder. Actually, it's magnetic.
Oh,
So you didn't break the brand new toy.
I didn't break the brand new toy.
the brand new expensive toy.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's totally magnetic. Okay. That didn't, and then that has a holster.
These look very, very small. Are they pre-lost?
Perhaps.
Right?
It might be.
It's
But-
good to have a holster for your tricorder in case you need to quick draw.
I got her mug. She's famous for wanting coffee, and then her iPad. And then she comes with like 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8 different hands.
All right.
So really nice figure.
Is one of them like karate chop hand? Yes, it is. Well, kind of.
Not really.
Is one set like just comically huge?
Yes.
She's got man hands.
Look at that.
Hey, it really is.
Oh god. Like that looks creepy to me now. Thank you.
Well, it is creepy.
It's the Boban hand.
There's a fist.
In case she's laying down the law,
Ayo.
Shaking her fist at Klingons.
right?
And she's trying to
Hitchhike? No, that's join the Dark Order.
yeah.
Good for
And
her.
then she comes with normal sized hands, thank God.
Hermetically sealed.
Oh my god. So I haven't like opened oh god. Ah!
That can't be good.
And broken.
Don't worry, the arms are magnetic.
They're not. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, like they're sealed in there.
You broke her hand?
No, I can't get her hand out of the plastic. Oh my god, thank God. Okay, hold on. So I like pulled off.
Oh,
the
okay.
hand.
No, that's cool that they're removable because now that you can put them with your Mark Henry figure.
So now, okay, hold on. So that's her normal hand. Okay.
Man hand coming up. Upload man hand.
Does it come with a lobster to crack?
Crack. Start pawing Jerry Seinfeld. Wow.
Get that on backwards. Oh yeah.
That looks like it's the good job yeoman hand, right? Totally does. She's captain. She'll get away with it,
That hand looks like it could have palmed a pumpkin.
right? Or a
Why
yeoman.
is it so big?
Little known fact: Janeway could dunk.
Yeah. Did it come with a hoop?
No.
It should have, because she could dunk.
Okay, then that's her fist. Just tiny compared to that sausage hand I just. Oh, I really don't.
Sausage hand. That was the size of a butterball.
A little known fact: Janeway's finisher was the choke slam.
I mean, should have been the claw, shouldn't it?
Well, those '90s audiences, they were too sophisticated for the claw.
Yeah, I guess. Nobody bought it after Von Raschke was killing guys in half a second with it.
Right?
And then
Choke slamming a redwood.
her thumbs are weird.
Matt O'Brien back into the super chat. Thank you. That hand will give me nightmares now. That hand it's already giving.
Sorry. I'm trying to get her to hold the fucking cup.
Wasn't
of
that
coffee.
a mystery?
Square jar.
Wasn't that a Mystery Science Theater? The crawling hand.
So while she's trying to figure that out, I'll do my quick what I got in this week. I got out last Monday. I got to a toy shop on the south side of Indianapolis called the Toy Drop, and they
Ooh.
had not one, but two additions to the
What do you got now?
Nice.
44 and 45.
Are you
It's-
just trying to get all of them?
Yes, 44 is complete. 45 doesn't have any gear, but he's a really nice figure. And but yeah, right, both of them right there. Just a quick 25-minute drive away. So I was happy.
Did your spider sense go off, right? Was there like a disturbance in the force? There were
No,
beachheads that close that you didn't own?
no, I was surprised that not one, but two of them were in there that were in really good shape. Like the one with all its gear is pretty
Oh, yeah.
spotless.
Yeah.
It's in really good shape, and then the other one's in really good shape too. He just doesn't have any stuff.
Well,
And-
if 45 is kind of disappointing, that's been going around a lot.
been going
the last
around a
5
bit,
years.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is 45 thick in the crotch?
Ooh, none of them are thick in the crotch.
No. By rule, those figures are not thick in the crotch. There's other schools of thought that think Beachhead's head is too big, but I have done some science that proves otherwise. Anyways,
People say that about me too. So
Yeah.
Right. Matt, or rather Nick Adams, you want to talk about our family's version of Superhead? That's the guy right there with the beard.
you have a bigger head than I do.
True, but I'm a bigger person than you are. And when you were a kid, your head was.
What was that?
Joe's whipping out a saw.
Joe Colton's building stuff.
Did the last Christmas tree fall down?
She's putting together a spice rack for all those extra
What is
hands.
going on?
What? What happened?
It sounded like Janeway's man hand fell off the table.
Oh. So I had to plug you guys in because my battery went bananas. And I
Okay.
was going to shut down. And I was like, no! All right.
Okay, let's get you back on the big screen. Come, let's get you back on the big. There we go. There's our big screen.
That's not
You're
good.
on the big screen. There you go.
All right, so she's got coffee. She's got whatever Star Trek version of iPad going.
Yep.
That's
She's-
Janeway in the Starbucks.
And she's got boots.
She does.
I'm digging that there's actually.
How do I log on to the Wi-Fi?
I'm digging that there's coffee in the cup.
Me
So this is just an
too.
empty mug.
No, it's cool. It's brown. It's like coffee.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's slick.
Ooh,
or poo.
It's poop. It's her,
It's cocoa.
her infamous-
nice warm cup of poop.
And she stands
Pudding.
on her own.
Pudding.
Oh, we lost Joe.
What else? Who didn't see this coming?
Janeway stands on her own. Well, she is a Starfleet captain.
I mean,
I would assume that's
she should.
one of the prerequisites.
Why don't we go ahead and get into shout-outs? Because we are running out of time. Jim, you're our guest. Shout it out, would you?
I'm going to shout out that little website address right there, jimonsports.com. That's where you can find all my stuff.
And that is also your Twitter handle and your TikTok handle and everything else, right?
Not the Twitter handle, because apparently some dude got it in like 2013. So yeah,
That's
and of course hasn't updated it since 2014, but still has it, so nobody else can get it.
Yeah, we can fix that for you. We just got to go see a guy about a thing.
Okay, cool. Twitter won't do anything about it, jackasses.
Twitter doesn't do anything about a lot of things.
Yeah,
That's true.
And it's going to do even less when Musk buys it. But anyway.
That's right.
Well, if.
Joe Colton, is just stuff going to break today? Is that what we're doing today?
Apparently. Like, it's plugged in and everything. I have no idea what's happening.
Well, we're doing shout-outs. Rack Time Rob, shout it out.
Let's see. I'm shouting out to my United Sound group. We had our concert.
All right.
United Sound is a group of teaches music to and instruments to kids with special needs, and we had our concert at the orchestra concert for school the other night. The kids got to be up on stage and play for their parents, and
Were they excited?
They were extremely excited. Not as excited as the parents were, though, but they were very excited.
That's never the way it works.
Yeah. Oh no, the parents were thrilled. So it was just.
Speaking as old band kids, it was always about, like, we were totally nonplussed. But the parents, they were all in.
Oh, well, the kids were really excited too. So I just wish there was a Carvel I could have taken them to afterwards.
The kids are stone cold pros. That all you got, Rack Time Rob?
Yes.
All right, Mark Weber, shout it out.
Let's give a shout out to the lovely Mrs. Weber, who's been taking care of 2 sick and 1 injured kid in the house at one time. Now here at the tail end, as people are getting better, she's starting to get sick. So, we'll see. I guess we'll take care of her.
That is how it works.
For the next week or so. And a shout out to Justin, my basketball tag team partner at Barrington Christian Academy, who is 50% of Los Pollos Hermanos and 100% of the offense. So
Los Pollos Hermanos.
Thanks for dragging my worthless 250 pounds up and down the court.
I think it's Los Hermanos Pollos, but
I didn't name the team.
All right, fair enough. Matt O'Brien says, Carvel, I remember that when I was like 10, still living in New York. Yes, you do. But
Fudgy the whale, baby.
Right? Fudgy forever. Fudgy for life.
Fudgy life.
Joe Colton, shout it out and try not to give us an unboxing this time.
Or break something.
I can't make her promise that.
Oh, okay.
That's my mom and dad in the wrist lock, who is helping me by putting my arm while I'm commissioning work.
Good thing you didn't make her promise that.
Right. Joe Colton, you'll have to do, add your shout outs as a comment after the show, because we can't.
Your microphone's breaking up.
Your microphone is poo poo. It is the poop in Mulgrew's cup. Give a shout out. I'll go ahead and give our shout outs to our wonderful sponsors at Kokomo Toys. We'll sing the theme song real fast. Kokomo Toys. Kokomo
Toys. I did it Beastie Boys style.
That's right. Kokomo. Anyway,
that's it.
We need to write that. We need to get that down somehow. Anyways, give a shout out to everybody who's watching us live tonight. We appreciate you. We got almost 60 of you at one point to watch us really talk about nothing.
We ain't talking about nothing.
We I talked about nothing.
It's the Seinfeld episode.
When you see this face, that means the show's got nothing.
But,
We ain't got nothing.
remember, please like the video, share us to your social media channels, and of course, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead, give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, give us a little huggy guy, and please head over to YouTube and subscribe, because really that helps us get you counted and helps us grow.
If it can be the mutant, the size of the mutant Mulgrew hand too.
Right. Terrifying.
Boban hand.
Oh wait, it's bigger now.
I don't see any problem with her hand. It is totally normal size.
And her triple jointed thumb. Going around giving all the ensigns the old spy finger.
Look at how big that thing is.
Right. Yeah.
That's a problem.
Sticking my whole fist up there, Doc.
Yeah, that's as big as a toe. Anyway.
Gotta give a shout out to, of course, our guest, Jim, youngest brother. We talked about his lack of G.I. Joe collecting habits.
Thank you, Rob.
How am I responsible for this?
I don't like it, Dad. You're talking first Duke Blues.
Oh man, whatever.
Blah, blah, blah,
I tried buying him cool figures for birthdays, and you look at you.
blah, 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 blah.
We got him Snake Eyes, we got him Rock and Roll, we got him Stalker in a kayak.
Right. Give a shout out to, of course, Racktime Rob helping us out to get a full boat going. Shout out to official co-hosts Joe Colton and Mark Weber. And that's about it. That's what we got. That's what we got for tonight. Thanks so much for joining us here on What's on Joe Mind. We will be back next Friday at 9 p.m. With more news and community calendar and silliness. And yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got. All with the G.I. Joe theme. Who knew, right? 11 years in, I still can't write an outro. For our guest, Jim Irizarry, for our host, Rob Irizarry, Mark Weber, and Joe Colton, I'm Mike Irizarry. That's a lot of Irizarrys.
It is.
Too much, really. So
let's try and get things.
I'm trying to get us out.
Mute. I got to unmute Mark because he's got a sound effect coming.
I got a sound effect.
There we go.
I unmuted myself.
Bleh.
But that's good night from us here. What's on Joe Mind? Have a great rest of the weekend. Yo, Joe. Good Lord, this one it didn't end fast enough, did it? Just didn't end fast enough.